Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of IBK's Take. And I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who supported by viewing, liking, and subscribing to the channel. And if you're just joining us, don't forget to show some love by liking and subscribing down below. So today we'll be talking about how to overcome depression and anxiety. I know in this environment, in this area we're in, it's kind of a dodgy topic. People don't want to admit that they are going through depression, that they're not okay, and because of the fear of you don't know what the next person would actually think if you tell them. People don't say anything and they suffer in silence. So I want you to I'm making this video to let you know that sometimes if you're going through stuff like this, you're not alone, and it's actually more common than you can think. And there are also things you can do to help yourself get out of that feeling of being depressed. So I'm going to start by explaining what I understand by anxiety. So anxiety is actually when you worry a lot about the future. It could be fear of unknown, when you're so anxious about little things about the future that you don't necessarily have an answer to. While depression is a condition whereby a person feels discouraged, hopeless, unmotivated, and disinterested in life. So it's normal if you feel this way once in a while in your life, but when it goes on like that for like a period of 2 weeks and so on, then that's like full-blown depression, and that is when you need to be worried, when you don't feel like doing anything and you start having suicidal thoughts. So depression, if not handled well, could actually lead to people carrying out suicidal thoughts or actually committing suicide. So I think I should speak on this because as a Nigerian child, as an African child, you have so many pressure on you. You have so many pressure on trying to be what your parents want you to be, on trying to just lead a life that you think is best, and so you go through a lot of things. So I'm just saying this to someone out there who needs to hear this, that you're not alone and there are things you can actually do to make yourself feel better, to cope better with this condition. So I'm going to start by saying, if you're feeling depressed and all that, you need to research on what you're going through. You need to ask questions, get an understanding, a better understanding, and Google is your friend, so you can actually Google to find out more about the condition and maybe things you can actually do to help yourself get out of it, help yourself cope with it. So and also you need to get in a routine. So because you're feeling depressed, you actually do not want to do anything. You just want to sit down and think and worry. But that's not the way forward. You need to get a routine. It doesn't have to be something huge. It doesn't have to be something big. You just have to do things to keep yourself busy. Secondly, you need to set goals. So when I'm saying goals, part of the feelings you get when you're depressed is you feel like a failure, you can't achieve anything, you don't want to do anything. So you can start by setting little small goals that you can achieve, just small things incorporated in your daily life, and from there, when you achieve that, you actually feel a bit better about it. So the thing about depression is, the reason why you're depressed doesn't really matter. You can actually be depressed about something as small as, I can't think of something, but something that you shouldn't even be worried about could be the source of your depression. So, and this is part of the reason why people don't want to talk to someone, because you know the other person will be like, so why is this worrying you? And maybe someone can actually relate to what you're going through. So the reason why you're depressed doesn't have to be something huge. It could just be an offset of something small, and from there it's just an accumulation of different things. Also, you need to exercise. You need to, like I said, keep busy, exercise, keep your mind busy. Eat healthy as well, because you don't want a situation whereby you're just thinking, you're you're not getting the right nutrients, and before you know it, you're just giving yourself more troubles. Also, you need to take on responsibilities. You need to take on responsibilities. You can't, because when you're depressed, you don't want to relate with people, you don't want to talk, you just feel like, oh, why am I even around and all that. So you need to change that by incorporating different different goals, different skills to your daily life. So you need to get something, you need to get busy. Also, the most important fact for me is you need to challenge the negative thoughts. So when you're depressed, you actually have this kind of negative energy around you because you're always thinking. You see a situation, you think of the negative part. So you need to change your thinking, you need to challenge yourself. And this is where, for me, the most important thing, you can't underestimate the importance of having God in your life this time around. Because when those thoughts come, as a Christian, if you're a Christian, you know that you have to use the word of God to kind of suppress it, to kind of change it. So if you're not well versed in the Bible, this might be a bit of might be hard for you actually. So you can't underestimate the God factor, especially when you're going through depression. Like when I was faced with something like that, and I was always down. Every situation, it was always about me seeing the negative of it. So how I was able to kind of overcome was, you know what, I don't know what tomorrow is. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I leave it in God's hand. I know God has God's thought towards me are of good and not of evil, and it's going to be all right. And daily, I started doing that, declaring God's words, declaring God's promises for my life. And over time, emphasis on over time, I actually started feeling better. I'm not worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. Of course, I'm still worried, but I'm not depressed and overly anxious about it. I just know, okay, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but it's in God's hand. Whatever happened, I'm going to be fine, and it's in God's hand. So if you're going through depression, anxiety, fear of the unknown, you can't, like, it's really important, because you need to know that you can't do it alone. You can't handle everything alone. There will be issues where you don't even have answers to, and because you have that on you, it could actually weigh you down. But when you're like, you know what, I don't have answers, but I know who has answers, and I know whatever comes out of it is going to be okay for me, and you start accepting that reality, over time you find out that you're not really worried. And the thing is, depression, like I said earlier, it doesn't matter why you're depressed. It could be an issue so small, but it has magnified itself that you can't even see beyond that. So when you get through it and you look back and you're like, oh, why was I so stressed out about this particular issue, and everything is okay now. So these are some natural tips on how to get over it, or how to get over depression. Obviously, if it's a major depression break, you really need to talk to someone. You need to get professional help. But while you're doing that, these are things that can help you get through it as well. You don't need to kill yourself over whatever issue it is you're going through at the moment. It's going to get better, and you need to work as well. You can't be lazy towards it, because some of these issues you can walk through them. I remember while I was in Leicester and I went to the doctor, I was like, oh, you know what I was feeling, I'm kind of feeling depressed about some issues and all that. And the guy was like, I've heard all this, and I think you should just try and work through them. I don't want to prescribe a drug for you that after a while you can't live without those drugs. So I need you to just try and find a way to walk through it. So sometimes it's not necessarily the pills. Sometimes you can walk through it. So these tips are to help you, to guide you. So I'm going to just go through the tips from 1, get a routine. 2, set goals, set daily goals. 3, exercise, eat healthy, get enough sleep, take on responsibilities, and challenge negative thoughts. So finally, you need to do something new. you need to do something. Even though you're getting a routine to keep you busy, you need to try and explore other opportunities and keep busy. That way you're not spending so much time. When you're busy, you don't have enough time to sit and mood over the issue. So thank you. I hope this has been helpful to someone out there. I really don't. I would have loved to give you links to those who can help out, but I'm still working on that. So, but if you've liked this video and it's been helpful to you, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. So, thank you. Bye.